Creating Effective Slide Presentations by Marilyn M.M. DeLong. Overview. In this presentation, we will be going over what is needed to make an effective slideshow presentation. In this presentation, we will be discussing general flow of presentation, focusing on main subject, fonts and graphics, and preparing for presenting. The big picture. When creating a PowerPoint presentation, your slides need to focus on the topic you are trying to address. When creating slides, ask yourself, is this slide going to provide important information to the topic I am discussing? If no, then do not include that content in your slide and look for essential topics you need for your presentation. One subject per slide. When creating slides for your presentation, stick to one subject for each of them. When you try to have more than one subject, you won't be able to properly address a subject. When you take time for each subject, you leave room for people to grow and build upon what was previously addressed. This allows the audience to understand the information being given and understand how each slide connects to each other to address the big picture. Highlight the key points. When addressing the topic of your slide, it is easy to put too much information that does the opposite of being informative. Take time to think about what is the most important information needed to address your slide. When you answer that question, only add additional information that supports your answer. Do not overload. When creating your presentation, you need to create a balance of content and engagement. While you need to make sure your presentation is informative, you need to make sure you're not overloading them with information. As they say, less is more, so provide the information that is needed to keep the audience engagement. Fonts. Though to some, fonts seem like a small part in a presentation, it can truly affect the quality. For example, if you had text that was very small, brightly colored, or in a cursive style, people won't be able to read it. Also, some fonts can be more juvenile or silly, so use fonts that are professional. While sometimes you can use font to be impactful, when in doubt, make sure the text is readable and professional. Graphics. Graphics are a great way to gain audience attention. However, you shouldn't overwhelm the audience with them. Use graphics sparingly that relate to the subject of the slide for the most effective impact. Pay attention for the format of your graphic. Depending on what graphic you're using, if you have it formatted like a PNG or a JPEG, it can heavily affect the style and quality you want, so stay aware of your desired format. Practice makes perfect. Once you finish your presentation, practice presenting it. When you practice, you can see if any mistakes were made along the way and if each slide flows to the next with ease. This will also help you get comfortable and used to the information you are presenting. When you know what to expect, it can make it easier to keep pace and stay confident when engaging with your audience. Prepare for disasters. Issues can always arise, especially in presentations. Issues like loss of internet connection, unable to share presentation, your computer not working, and many more can happen when presenting. Take steps ahead of disaster to easily work through the issues that can happen. To help prepare for these issues, having multiple saves and creating video backups of your presentation can really help with these issues. Key takeaways. To conclude our presentation, here are the main points to remember. Each slide should cover one part of the topic. Only use essential information. Use graphics and fonts to maintain engagement. And practice presenting and prepare for hiccups you may face. And that concludes our presentation. Thank you for taking the time to learn what is essential in making a proper presentation. Here are the sources used to help make this presentation.